Well, let's kick this thing off then.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Transformation Church Message Recap Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
And
gonna
we're
start
back.
calling it the podcast.
The podcast. And we're back.
Who's
Hi,
behind us?
Brett.
Who is it? Brett.
Interruptions here.
Yeah.
We're back. I guess y'all did y'all record last week?
I haven't been on in a while.
No, I don't think we did. Don't remember the reason. Something was going on.
Yeah, just crazy.
Busy week, huh?
Busy week.
Yeah.
Busy couple weeks. You're getting ready. Yeah, we have Freedom Conference coming up. We had all
Last
kinds
week
of stuff.
Freedom
I think
Conference
that was-
coming up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a Freedom Conference coming up.
You had the conference already.
That was this past weekend. It's great. It was amazing. Shout out to the whole team. Crushed it. So, but yeah, no, we had a lot going on last week, so we missed it. You were in Israel,
Israel.
so I'm sure you can give us a little snippet, a version
Tell us
of whatever.
about it.
Yeah.
This is really great. I'm going to learn Hebrew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Duolingo.
Yeah. No, it was really great. I'm still processing a lot of it, honestly. It was they packed our schedule in the tight. I mean, we had no shortage of things to do.
Yeah.
Very little downtime. I was the first flight in. Luckily, I say luckily and by happenstance, my flight was we're the first group in. Some people were 24 hours after us. So
Oh, wow.
I got there, I guess it was, I don't know now. My days are off. I feel like I flew into the future because they're 8 hours ahead, but we left at 12:30 midnight on Sunday night, Monday morning, and we arrived. So I guess it would have been Tuesday. Our official first event was Tuesday night, was the orientation. So Tuesday, some of us that were on that first flight that we met at dinner, we all went and walked around the old city. We had that was our extra free day in a way,
Yeah.
which was really cool because the girl that was in our group that was with us used to live in Jerusalem for 3 years. She knew a good bit about the old city. So she took us around and was like, this is what this is, this is what this is. Like our own little guide was really cool. So there was only 5 of us that did that out of the group. Well, the 5 of us went together, and that was when I went to the Wailing Wall, West Wall the first time, and we walked to the old city. It was great. The little shopping. Were you there? Did you go to? No.
No, I've never been to
It
Israel.
was just you. Yeah. It's like this. Like you walk to the old city. It's a bunch of shops and trinkets and tchotchkes and all that stuff. And they're every store is the same. They have the same crap in every one. Good stuff. I mean, it's
all made in China.
it's made in Bethlehem. A lot of it. Yeah. They have there's a guy there. He's got an Alabama. It's all
I remember that.
Alabama football store.
Yeah.
It's like that's his niche. And then of course he's got all the regular stuff, but he brings in.
Is that big?
No, not at all.
No, it's a niche. It's like
So yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, and then I ate some shawarma. That was good.
Shawarma.
What is that?
Very good. It's like the thing, the meat and that spins and it cooks and then they shave it off and put it like in a pita with all the crap on it. Very good. No, it was great. I mean, we did some stuff because of this that most people don't get to do. That was cool to be able to do that. I didn't know. I should have known, I guess. They sent me the itinerary and they just named the stuff. Like, we're going to Shiloh. I didn't really know what
what is Shiloh?
What is?
Yeah, who is that?
What is that? What is the significance of
is
it?
it a concert?
Yeah. So
I'm surprised you didn't Google it before you left.
I just I'm just.
We're just like, we're going to go.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
We're going.
But we
Be
went to
surprised.
like they said we're going to the Nova site. I didn't know that the festival or the October 7th Terrorist Attack was the Nova Festival, and that was the Nova site. So on there I just said Nova site, and I'm like, I just didn't know what that was. So
Supernova.
It was it was great. That was probably the most impactful. That was just 2 years ago, and they're still in the war's still going on.
Yeah.
So it was very impactful to be. I mean, we were half mile from Gaza.
I'd been so nervous to be there.
They had hostages speak that have been freed. They were there. 5 hostages. One of them was this kid from New Jersey. He's an American and Israeli citizen, and he graduated high school and he wanted to move to Israel and join the IDF. So he did. And ended up being taken hostage on October 7th. 505 days in a tunnel, back in IDF uniform because he wants to go get them. It's like,
wow.
It was,
Oh my
it was
next level.
To hear him speak, I mean, you could have heard a pin drop outside with 1,000. It was everyone was so honed in on this kid speaking. And, maybe this sounds bad. I don't know, but it's like if you're an Israeli Jew, this makes a lot of sense, but they've lost all empathy because they're constantly attacked, especially after the terrorist attack, especially anybody involved that was like their community, the kibbutz we went to. I mean, they had hostages and people killed and all that stuff. So his words were, they had me in hell for 505 days, and now I bring hell to them. That's how he ended his talk. And I was like, wow. Yeah. But he's like back in uniform serving. He's like, that's my duty to my country. Yeah. He's like, that's powerful, you know. And then we went to the kibbutz, which is even closer. That was the one that was half a mile. You could literally, they have dairy farms that they have like thousands of cows and do dairy, which I didn't know about the kibbutzes. It's very cool. There's little colonies that are there. It's all communal. I was telling Whitney earlier, it's almost like what socialism is supposed to be. It just doesn't work on a very large scale, like when a country tries to do it. But the way they started is when the Jews from certain areas of Europe came back to Israel. Some of them formed these communities. Well, now it's very big to the economy and stuff of Israel because some of them are the innovators of certain tech and farmland. Like you probably remember, you're in the Middle East, you're in the desert, but there are vast areas of like green and fields because Ben Gurion, the first prime minister, cultivated all the land. They were like geniuses with this, and you kind of see God's hand on the country and all this stuff. So it looks very green, even though you're in the desert. And a lot of the kibbutzes do a lot of their farming that the country relies on. But this one is half mile from the Gaza, and when they heard the sirens, you know, they have the sirens all over Israel. When you're in Jerusalem, you have 15 seconds when you hear a siren to get to your safe room. Yeah. In the kibbutz, you have less than 5. When they hear a siren, they got to get to a safe room, which it's almost if you're out in the field working, it's just so you just got to do the best you can. But so when the terrorists came over, it starts 6:30 that morning. When they breached the wall, it was a holiday. It was a Jewish holiday. So the base that's close by, they were on skeleton crew, and then they breached the wall, and 1,000 soldiers came through. Terrorists came through, and some went to the base, some went to 2 kibbutzes, and some went to the Nova site. And they basically were able to just take the road. And a lot of people leave the Nova site. You know, if you've ever seen some of the videos on social media when they're in the cars, they're just out on the roads. Yeah. And some of them posed as Israeli police doing checkpoints, and then people would pull up, stop, and they would shoot in the car and kill everybody. But the kibbutz, people are in their homes and stuff, and in their safe rooms, and the terrorists are in their house and stuff. And that's what they told us, that they're so close to Gaza. The Gazans and some of the people in Israel that are close to the border are like, can be friends and stuff. So there are people that live in Gaza that worked at this kibbutz. That the lady said some of the people that lived in the kibbutz, they had people from Gaza were the babysitters of their kids and had codes to like their doors and stuff. Come to find out, a lot of these terrorists had codes and were coding into the people's homes to see who was to go get them. They feel that what Israeli intelligence believes is the Hamas got that information out of the regular Gazan citizens who they knew worked there, and they were literally coming to this kibbutz with codes to people's houses to get in. And the lady said it was so crazy because not only are they kidnapping some people and killing some people, they also just did like they come out of the house and like they took like ketchup and stuff out of their fridge and just like smeared it all over the wall. Like it was almost like the idea of like when somebody gets robbed in your house, like your home has been invaded, but like not only did they kill some people, kidnap, they just did killing their animals, like all kind of just sad stuff. So we have to hear from the people that live there.
That'd be rough.
It was very powerful and moving to see that. But the people in Israel, they just are so thankful for us, like as Americans. They like absolutely just thankful for American Christians and all that to support them and know what they're going through and what they went through. The last 2 years have been tough, and they're coming out of COVID. You know, a lot of people in Israel survive on tourism, the guides and the shops, and coming out of COVID was hard. And then a couple years later, this terrorist attack, and then since then, like nobody wants to go over there and all this. Their economy's been hard, and things like that. So it was just cool to be at those sites. Some of the sites, I mean, Jesus' tomb, being in the tomb, and Shiloh, ancient Shiloh, is where the temple was at one point that had the Ark of the Covenant. Like standing on the spot where Hannah prayed Hannah's prayer in 1 Samuel at that temple. It's like standing on that spot. Yeah. It's just wild to be there. You could feel it. Yeah, like you can feel just like this whole, and then we had church on Sunday at the temple. I mean, at the Mount of Olives, where Jesus is supposed to come back. You see the tombs of all the Jews that are going to rise, and they're supposed to enter the temple through the eastern gate. The eastern gate's right there. Of course, the Muslims walled it up.
Yeah.
You know, you've been there, you've seen it, but it's like we're like you're overlooking all this. It's just wild.
Can't wait to go next year.
I want to really. We'll talk about it. Like even our exec team. Like I think to do some type of an interest meeting to like drum up interest. That people need to go.
Yeah.
I think young people need to go.
I agree. I think that's part of the especially now in this climate. Politics is obviously so connected to the nation of Israel, and and with everything going on, it's like everyone's greatest education on this nation is TikTok or Facebook
absolutely
or
right now.
And it
news
does not look. It's. I don't want to get into it. I got into an argument at Thanksgiving with a family member that the question was, I'm going to Israel, and it's like, well, why would you go to a country that's committing genocide? And it's like so frustrated by that question, that the thought that Israel's one committing genocide on the Palestinians, but it's like genocide is a word that has a meaning, and large numbers of people dying does not qualify for genocide.
Yeah.
Genocide is about exterminating a specific people, whether it's a race or whatever, and it's literally what Hamas was trying to do on October 7th. They literally invaded Israel because they're Jewish, and they killed 1,200 people. That's literally the definition of a genocide. And Israel retaliating is now being classified as that, because they're stopping all the aid and the hunger, and just something that's just is factually not true. It's and when Hamas is such garbage as far as people and terrorists. Like, first of all, they're not attacking Israel's army; they're attacking Israeli. It's like it's so cowardly that they're not attacking. At least like when Japan in World War II, they attacked a Navy base. It's like when you're in the military, there's a
code of conduct.
Yeah, it's just like that. Those kind of things can happen, but they just send people in to kill
anybody.
Civilians, and then when the military responds, now Israel's the bad guy, and it's just and that's what I don't know what people think Israel should. If that were us, what do you think we would do? I mean, we leveled 2 cities. They attacked a Navy base in World War II, and we leveled 2 Japanese cities. Yeah. Men, women, children, people had nothing to do with it. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm just saying, like, and here's what we heard from a commander of the IDF. He said one thing. He said, the war could have been over October 8th. All they had to do was release the hostages. The only reason Israel continues to fight is there's still one hostage left. Trump got a whole lot of them out. Trump and his negotiating plan. That's why they love him there, honestly. But and I don't want to get political on here, but I don't mean that to be a political statement. It's just a fact of the thing. But like the thing says, like it could have been over on the 8th if they were just released the hostages.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. You can't poke this bear. Then when the bear attacks you, get mad at it.
Yeah.
And then. It's just like one of the guys said is like, if someone kidnapped your kid and you knew your kid was alive or they had it, wouldn't you do whatever it took to get them back? And that's what they're doing. And so it's just like, I don't know. It's a shame that someone's that political, and that's how the view is. But the people in Israel love Christian Americans and are so thankful that we are even coming to their country to even support them and spend our money there, and that type of thing. So just really great experience. So going to some of the stuff, getting to hear from, some of the IDF commanders, and we did this thing with the military police. The Israeli police is in charge of the border. They're trained by the IDF, but they're not like technically IDF. And we got to go to their headquarters, and just like they showed us the video that Israel wouldn't even show it to the citizens on their TV, even an edited version. Literally the unedited version of the body cam footage from the Hamas on October 7th. They wore body cam because they were uploading it to their social media and Telegram as propaganda for them. So we have all this footage from the body cams, and they showed us the unedited version, and they didn't tell us they were going to do that.
Oh my God.
And some people couldn't even like watch it. It was so gruesome. Like some of the people could not watch. They should have told us, and the guy was like, "We're gonna watch this video," and then it's like, but it was so gruesome what they did to these people. It's just like, I can't imagine. So it was very powerful. on top of just being at the holy sites, like I said, going to the Garden Tomb, being in the tomb, and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and the Western Wall, and some of those are Jewish holy sites. So they, the Western Wall is cool. That is a Jewish thing. I don't, when they go to the wall, they feel close to God because they're there, because that's where God's presence was. We have access to God now as Christians differently, and I don't necessarily need to be at that wall to experience God's presence, but it is cool to be there.
Well, yeah, I mean, that Western Wall is most people don't think of it this way, but it is similar in mystery and construction as like the Egyptian pyramids in regards to how that thing was put together and how they moved this thing. Like,
and it's the only part that still exists from the temple that was before. Yeah. So there's a historical thing that's there, but yeah. So
dip out on it on the podcast.
But what the guide was telling us is for them, the Orthodox Jews are at some of these sites. For them, the way she worded it was like their longing is to be with God, and God, it's like almost like they want their essence and their being to be in the wall because that's closer to God. So like they literally come there and just will literally pray for hours on end to be close to God, and it's just like we don't necessarily have to do it that way. Very cool though. It was very powerful.
Yeah, and we have a trip planned next year.
We have a trip.
I need to look at the dates because there's 2 different dates. So we need to double check that.
In the description.
Yeah.
That was probably one was last year. We pushed back and it didn't get edited. But I will, yes.
So either way, it's in September.
It's in September of next year.
2026.
Yeah, and you can register now and only have to pay like a $300 or $400 deposit. And then you can kind of start making payments toward it. It's inexpensive considering. I mean, it's around $5,000. Maybe it's like $55 or $54.
No, it's right at $5,000.
The only extra cost on top of that is if we have to and we don't know this yet. As we get closer, they'll figure this out. Is like that covers the flight.
Yeah.
That price covers your flight, your hotel, breakfast and dinner, your guide that we're going to have.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It says lunch too? Oh, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Wow. We'll have a guide. We're going to have a bus while we're there to go to all the sites and the whole thing. You just have spending money.
Yeah.
And the only thing that does not include is we don't know yet, like if it's, like I went from JFK in New York to Israel, us getting to New York, or if there's a flight from, let's say we go to Atlanta first and then Atlanta to wherever. If we have to fly from Pensacola to Atlanta, that part will be also included. We're going to work that out as it gets closer.
Yeah,
but,
because you can't go straight from here.
You can't go straight from a lot of places. Even Atlanta goes from Atlanta to like Frankfurt in Germany and then to Israel. The Israeli Airlines, it's El Al. They have a direct from JFK. It was really nice. The flight honestly wasn't that bad. 10 hours was...
Did it go by pretty fast?
It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was a really nice airline. So, it was great. So, I want to at some point get an interest meeting because I know a lot of people have questions. A lot of people were hesitant to register because of the war and like how safe is it?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to hold like an interest meeting to answer those questions. Here's what people don't realize, including myself. One, Israel is always they're used to sirens. Like Hamas has been shooting rockets. Hamas and/or Syria has been shooting rockets into Israel for years and years. They're more used to it, and they have safe rooms everywhere. Jerusalem is more protected because Hamas, they're Muslims, and the dome at the Temple Rock, there is a mosque now. That's their third holiest site, so they don't fire into Jerusalem because it's their holy site too. So Jerusalem's even safer as what everyone feels. So I think it's very safe. I think there's American cities that are probably more dangerous going to Israel right now, honestly. With how some things are going. But so I think an interest meeting to talk through some of that and get details to people because we need 20. We need 20 people to register and go, or we can't go. Yeah. Would love to have 40. That would be awesome. I think me and you are both scheduled to be on that.
Because it says join Pastor Brad Livingston for.
Yeah, that's how the tour company is doing that. So anyhow, I would love to go because that includes some stuff that I didn't get to do too. Like I want to go back, like Sea of Galilee.
Yep,
it's all Holy Land tour stuff. I had they had us doing a little bit of Holy Land tour stuff and more of like some events at some specific places. So, like I love the Jordan and the baptism in the Jordan and that kind of stuff, all that stuff. So, and I think it's like a 10-day trip. It's long. So really cool, really cool. So that's coming up in September. I'll make sure the dates are right.
Yeah, we'll get the right dates.
But I do. We'll talk about it in our meeting. We'll post some stuff. I'd love to have an interest meeting soon. After going and seeing it, more people need to. It makes the Bible come alive.
Yeah.
And it makes so much more sense of like, oh, I get like why, you know what I mean? Like, you've been there. It's just, there's something about, and I would love to see young people, even if we have to figure that out or at some point, I don't want to speak ahead on it here, if anything, but I would love to see young people go and get a sense of what it's like to just be there and experience that. But
yeah, I've always said it's one of those things that, obviously, let me preface what I'm about to say by saying if you can afford it and like all those things, it's one of those things where it's almost like I don't encourage people to put stuff on credit cards very often, but I think it would be a justifiable thing. It's like, man, I really want to go. I can only save half of it up by then, put the other half on a credit card. If you can pay it off, let me say that. Like, you know what I mean? It's not one of those things you need. You don't need to be paying on an Israel trip for the next 10 years, but if you could. Pay it off and be wise with your money. But you know what I'm saying? It's worth it to like, man, I want to go. It's so worth it to be there. And you're right. There is. I've always, coming back from Israel, I believe the Bible, given my whole life to the Word of God, and following it and committing to it and reading it daily and all those things. But there is still a fairy tale aspect to this thing. What I mean by that is not that it's not real. You have to make up in your own mind, whether it's a cartoon you saw or something, what this looks like. The pictures, the passion of the Christ, even the hill that he climbed with the cross. Like all these things are kind of in your head based on just all this data you've acquired over the years, and seeing it for real. It just is like, oh man,
it's really not like what you've seen in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, that's a good point. And the guides are key. Our guide was so amazing. His name was Itamar, because they go through like this whole training though.
It's a 4-year training, dude.
Yeah, because it's not only they're to like this is where this happened in the Bible. They know the other historical context. It's like outside of the Bible, but still very true and real and it means something.
Yeah.
But just to even being like on the Mount of Olives, you read about like. The scripture of like Jesus wept over Jerusalem. Well, when that happened, he was sitting in the Mount of Olives. I was there. You're on top, then there's a valley, then it's literally you're looking over the old city of Jerusalem. And at that time, the temple was there. So imagine now it's a golden dome. We've all seen the picture of the golden dome. It's a mosque and all this. But could you imagine the temple being there? That's what he's looking at and crying over the city. Knowing what he's got to do, but then like the whole thing is just like he's literally right there. It's just like
it changes everything.
It changes everything, to be in some of those rooms and to go in Jesus' tomb. Well, there's two places. That's what I was telling Seth earlier. There's the Garden Tomb, and then there's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Yeah, that both believe where Jesus was buried and the tomb was, and then arose.
That's one of the frustrating parts about Israel is to like. So this is where this happened. They're like, well, actually, it was like 50 yards that way, but that building got destroyed. So we say it was. It's like, stop telling me that part. Just tell me this is where it happened.
Our guy said, he said at the end of the day, it's all Jerusalem and it's all holy and special. But he did say, when we say this happened right here, it could be right over there.
Yeah.
And also, like when you're walking,
close enough for me.
When you're walking the old,
right.
yeah, exactly. That's the point. He was
same dirt.
Yeah.
And when you're walking the old city, like you're walking the quote unquote the streets Jesus walked, he was like, except it was 30 feet below us, because each time the city was conquered, they built on top of it, on top of it. So it's like, I have a picture. There's a rock though. Like there's the Via Dolorosa, which is like the Stations of the Cross, which is a Catholic thing. So some of it is tradition. He kept saying, this is not in the Bible, it's tradition. What he means was, this was Catholic tradition because the Stations of the Cross is a Catholic thing. But it's also when Jesus carried his cross on the way to
Golgotha.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a rock on one of the buildings. I have a picture where he fell and he grabbed the wall. That rock.
Yes,
It is moved with it. They kept it. I touched the rock. Like I got a picture of me touching it. It's very possible that is the rock Jesus touched when he fell.
Yeah,
like, that's
I would tell myself. That's
no, I
well, even like
that
step. Did you go? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
Did you go to the steps that? My God, my mind just went blank. The steps that Paul walked up when he got to. My mind's blank.
Well,
The Aegean Sea, I think. The steps that he actually walked on, they've kept preserving those over the years. Like, so they're
actual steps.
The actual steps.
No, we didn't go there. But just like we're in the upper room. We went to the spot of the Last Supper, and it's the upper room.
Yeah.
And it is upper. The problem is that's not really it.
That's not it.
It's on that site, but that's not the room. Because once the church bought it and they built a church around it, and it became that
it's
thing.
All
so it's like
now,
it's like that's it, but it's not it in a way. It's still. I mean, it's still no less powerful, honestly.
No, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And what I appreciated about it, I told the guys, I appreciate like the old city. Like you can just walk in and walk through all that stuff. And then like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, you just turn in this door and go in and walk through. Like it's all open. Like there's not a person charging admission at everything. Like, oh, you got $20 to go in and see the upper room. If you know how to get there, you just walk up the steps and go to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everything's just open and available, and you go to it.
Yeah.
And it was really great. So when I go back, the guy I want to talk about in just a second because he's going to be our guest next week on the podcast. But he's into coins. But like all these shops have these coins. Like even the Widow's Mites, they have all these the Widow's Mites, those little coins that are from that era that you can buy for really inexpensive. I should have bought one. I don't know why I didn't. But he was buying like they have all these coins of varying conditions. Some of them are like this one guy spent $4,000 on 2 coins. One is an Alexander the Great and the other is a Jewish coin. So they have coins from the Jews, the Romans, and the Armenians from different eras.
Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't buy any.
I almost did. Some of them were very expensive, and I'm just not into coins like that up to this point.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought that was really cool. I will never spend money I'm not into that
much.
But you know, like the Jewish coins, they don't put faces on none of their coins. If there's a face on it, he's like, it's not a Jewish coin. It's a Roman or because graven image and all this. But to have the denarii, like they have all these stuff that they used back then, like they have it.
Yeah. Super cool.
I stole. I'm going to use the word stole. I did. I had permission in a way at Shiloh, where the temple was. It's an archaeological site now, and they're digging all this stuff. And the guide said, "You're not supposed to take stuff from the sites." She said. That being said, anything you find on the ground, everything has all been gone through, and anything that you find, they have seen and discarded and just whatever didn't need it. Because they're finding like pottery from 3,000 years ago that's like a full vase and all this stuff. So you can find like pieces that look like it's just all mixed in with rocks, but it's like this was the piece of a vase or something. Yeah. And you could tell. Well, I found 2 handles. It's like part of a handle. Those went in the pocket, and then a bone. It's all on my desk. I got a bone from somebody from about 3,000 years ago.
Come on.
That's from the site of the temple there where the Ark of the Covenant was.
You wild, bro. Got Jesus' femur in there.
And I don't know, but not Jesus. So I brought a little piece of the Holy Land.
That ain't his because he left.
Wow.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing left behind from Jesus.
No.
Took it with him. Anyways,
great trip. We don't want to harp on it, so I'm still kind of processing some of it because it's very powerful.
Yeah, it's good, man. Did you guys didn't get a chance to go to like the Jewish Museum and all that stuff? You guys didn't go there.
The Holocaust Museum. We did not. I want to do that.
That's next level.
The only thing we did was went to the Friends of Zion Museum, which was cool. That was very quick, but it showed some stuff. But no, the Holocaust Museum. I've been to the one that's in
New York. I mean, Washington D.C.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Yeah. No, that one. There's certain things that they've done at the one in Israel that's like you have to see it. I can't even try to explain it. They have one.
You probably can't leave that with dry eyes.
Oh my God, no. There's one thing that you walk into, and you stand. There's one light in it. You walk into almost think of like if you're walking across a bridge in a room that's completely pitch black. All right, so you're walking across this like bridgeway, and it's pitch black. And there's one light. If I remember correctly, there's one light in the room. But then there's mirrors. The room is massive. There's mirrors everywhere. And the way that the mirrors are set up, I don't remember the exact number of people that died in the Holocaust, but you see that many lights because of how all the mirrors are.
Oh, wow.
So it looks like you're surrounded by lights, but it's actually just one light in all these mirrors. It's like, that's to represent every person. It was like crazy. Just some of the stuff they've done there is unbelievable. And obviously you see a lot of footage and artifacts and, all those things too. And it's just, it's wild. So
wow. That was great. I enjoyed it. The food was much better than I didn't know what I was expecting other than like, you're almost like, is this going to be?
It's going to be hummus.
Lots of hummus.
Lots
Yeah.
of hummus.
And hummus is not my favorite thing.
I had a hummus breakthrough recently.
A breakthrough? You
Yeah,
found
remember
some?
I don't like. I haven't been
Yeah.
eating hummus for. Yeah, I had a
Since
hummus
you went to
breakthrough.
Israel last.
Yeah, 2017.
2017.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been anti-hummus for 8
You got
years.
sick on it.
It's
Yeah, I
not.
got sick off
It's
of it.
not my favorite thing. I will eat it like a little bit. I just don't love it like
Yeah.
some of them do.
Yeah.
Like some people do. Some of them. That sounded.
Yeah, that's-
That's
Yeah,
how I
some
was in the
people-
DR. A lot of the food, I was eating rice cakes. Because I was like, I can't eat that.
can't eat that. Yeah.
No. So for
Yeah.
breakfast, we were all eating rice cakes.
I was pleasantly the hotel. We had breakfast and dinner at the hotel every night. Was honestly really good. It was just a lot of the, especially breakfast was the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Obviously it's kosher, so like no breakfast meat. Like
No bacon, no sausage.
none of that.
Yeah.
Thank God they had scrambled eggs every day. And the scrambled eggs were actually pretty good. It was just a lot of like the salad bar at breakfast, but it's almost like as vinegar based coleslaw and then lots of fruit or make a salad or they had like herring or tuna fish out in the thing that to put fish with your bacon. Like it's just not how we eat breakfast, you know what
but
I
they
mean?
had Coke.
They did have Coke and Coke Zero at $4 a bottle, a glass bottle.
Yeah, no fountain drinks over there, my guy.
No, and they're like they don't put ice in their drinks. I was like, I asked the guy if I could get ice. He looked at me like I was an idiot.
Yeah.
He's like, here's
Crazy
your
person.
lukewarm.
He had to like
Coke.
ask where I'll sit. He's like, I'll have to go find some and bring it to your table. And I was like, okay, please
find
do. So no ice. So yeah, I went to Waffle House this morning and had a Diet Coke with plenty of ice and bacon.
And he had 6 slabs of bacon.
It was great. The dinner was great. I mean, the different kinds of the way they do chicken different ways and lamb and the beef, like a lot of like, it was good. The food, I was surprised how good it was. So,
All right, Ash, tell us this game.
glad to be home. But let me talk about next week, our guest.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody
that's
watch Average Joe. I think he said it's on Amazon Prime, but it's everywhere. The guy,
Okay.
the football coach that was fired for praying after every game on the 50-yard line. He's going to be on the podcast next week. The real guy.
Awesome.
They made a movie about him. He lives here in Pensacola. He was on the trip. He was in my group, became friends, and he lives like literally
Wow.
2 minutes up the road.
Were y'all the two people? Were there more people from Pensacola?
Yeah, Tim Hunter from Olive Baptist, the young adults pastor was there. He was not in my group, but he was there, and I think that was it that I know of. So yeah, anyways, Joe Kennedy is going to be on the podcast next week. He wants to be our
Joe
guest.
Kennedy.
He was going to talk. His whole case went into the Supreme Court and he won, and ended up suing the school board that fired him to pay for all his legal fees. They had to pay
Joe.
like $2 million to cover all his legal fees, and
Come on.
now he travels the country and talk. He doesn't like the word preaches. He talks to churches, invite him, and he just talks about as Christians how we got to stick up for our rights and all this. And he's a hilarious guy. So he's going to be on the podcast next
Cool.
week. I'm excited to have
Sweet.
him. Average Joe is the movie about the story because here's the interesting. I didn't know. I've not watched the movie. I told him I was like, I've not seen your movie. He's. Everybody
yeah,
was
thanks.
fangirl. I think he liked the fact with me that I did not care that they made a movie about him, because a lot of people were coming up to him like, "Are you the Joe that they made the movie about?" And he's, "Yes, I'm him." And they wanted selfies and stuff because he's been all over like the news and he's like a Christian celebrity now. I don't care about none of that. And I even told him, I was like, I hadn't seen your movie, and he was like, "That's fine." And so, anyways, he. His whole thing was like, I didn't do it because I'm a great Christian. He said, I did it because I was in the military, and I'm not going to have anybody in America tell me where I can and can't pray. I was like, I love that. So he's
So
on the podcast.
then you became a fangirl after that.
Yeah,
You're
no, I
like,
just thought it was bold, because especially, then he said it was the audacity. What I was going to say was his wife was the HR director of the school board. His wife is the one that had to fire him, and then he decided I have to sue her.
Wow.
So I had to sue his wife, which is actually the school board. Like, it was just a wild thing. So, anyways, he's on the podcast next week, so tune in for that. Watch the movie before then. Average Joe, Amazon Prime, and some of the other services. And
Need to
all
go.
that, so.
We'll have to watch it, Ash. Getting ready for
I'm
it.
going to watch it this week sometime. So, yeah, cool. Anyways. He may be at church with us on Sunday as well. If not this Sunday, the next Sunday for Christmas. He wants to visit DC, so
Sweet. Let's do it.
hopefully he's there. If you see me with a guy, maybe him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I was trying to see if I could find a picture of this dude. What's his name?
Joe Kennedy? Coach Joe Kennedy?
okay, well, for the game while you're doing
All
that,
right, go ahead.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I'm going to ask you questions about pop punk / alternative / rock songs from the 90s and 2000s. Okay?
Questions about the song?
The songs, yeah.
Okay.
Like what happened in the song. And you're going to give the answer. You're going to write it down, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to have y'all just yell out the answer, but y'all can write it down.
Okay.
All right.
But you're going to have like a few seconds.
Okay.
Don't take
Okay.
forever. All right. After Linkin Park said, "I tried so hard," what does he say he did? Look how fast he's writing.
I got so far.
And got so far.
Yeah, it says "got so far."
That's what I
So yeah, I'll take.
And got so far. I tried so hard. and
Is
got
it "and got so far" or "I got so far"? It doesn't matter. Both of y'all are right.
No.
Got
Good job.
so
Keep track of your
far.
points.
But in the end,
But then.
it doesn't even matter.
Like the points.
You got
All right. Where does the Red Hot Chili Peppers say the psychic spies are from in Californication?
I know the song. I don't know. I don't know that.
No? Pick a country. It's a country, I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, that changed my answer. Okay.
Where does he say the psychic spies are from?
Stop it.
Germany.
You're both from Germany.
Stop it,
It
Germany.
can't be Germany.
No, it's China.
Oh. All right.
Okay, let me go down to. All right. In "We Will Rock You," what two sounds does the crowd make?
Kick clap.
Yeah, but I put like boom, 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 clap.
So it
Boom,
says
boom,
stomp,
clap.
stomp, clap. So I'll give it to both of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
We
both got the clap.
We had the spirit right.
I'm a drummer, so I do the kick. I say kick. But,
All right. What does Journey tell you
Oh God.
to not stop doing?
Oh.
Who else knows it?
Believe it.
Yeah. Now you got to sing it.
I will.
Don't stop.
It's a great song. I love Journey.
All right. Here's another one for you. What does Bon Jovi say Tommy and Gina are living on? This is your song. What does he say they're living on?
A prayer.
What'd you write?
Borrowed time.
Borrowed time. They're living on a prayer. All right, Justin pulled ahead.
You might beat me in a game. I'm
All right.
undefeated.
Where does AC/DC say they're headed?
Hell.
What's yours?
Highway to hell.
Highway to hell. Brad gets the point.
What do you mean? They're not headed to a highway to hell. They're on a highway to hell. They're headed
All right,
to
I'll give
hell.
it to both of y'all. I'll give it to both of y'all.
I got to fight for that one.
What does Simple Plan say life is like?
Oh,
And I'm just a kid. What does Simple Plan say life is like? What?
a box of chocolates.
It's like a
That's
nightmare.
Forrest Gump. I didn't know that.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
Yep.
That's really not my
What does
genre.
Papa Roach say he's cutting his life into?
Pieces.
Yep. All right, let me go back to some of the rock songs.
Good song.
What does Metallica say you should exit? In Enter Sandman, what does Metallica say you should exit? I don't like the way this is worded.
I don't think that question is
Is
worded
it exit
appropriately.
night? It's night, right?
What'd you say?
Light.
It's
light.
exit light.
Light. night.
Internight.
Internight exit light. Yeah.
Oh, now you are caught up. Where does Red Hot Chili Peppers say he feels alone? I can't tell you the song because it's the name of the song.
He feels alone. I'm not a big Red Hot Chili Peppers fan.
What? Well, Brad's gonna get this point.
Actually, I'm up by one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he
What
got
is it?
Yeah, I'm up by one. Under the Bridge.
Under the Bridge. Yes, one of the best songs. All right. We'll do 2 more. Ah! Do you know any of these songs, Kian? Are these way before you? What does Paramore say she's in the business of? Oh, come on.
I know this, but
I don't know why I'm writing this, but I think it's right.
In the business of...
Misery?
Let's take it from the top. What'd you put?
Breaking Hearts.
Nope, Misery.
Yes.
I don't know where I got
Misery
Breaking Hearts from. It just
from
seemed
the
like it fit. Uh-oh. If Justin gets this and I get it wrong, we got to do a tiebreaker.
All right, what does Green Day say the kind of road he walks? I don't like the way that's worded. What kind of road does Green Day say he walks?
I don't know what you're looking for. So.
All right.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
No, it's a lonely
I
road.
walk a lonely road.
On the Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Well, actually, it's like...
Are y'all tied?
No, I'm
I
up
think
by
I
2.
kind of get a point.
Oh, Brad wins. We'll cut it there because we got to go.
I feel like I got that point.
Did anybody else get those?
I did.
You got them all?
No, I got like most of them.
Awesome.
Whitney also got some too.
Did you get any? Good job.
Yeah, when the Beatles were recording.
Wow.
Which road did the Beatles walk?
Abbey Road.
Abbey
Yes. You would
That's
have.
good.
Donnie would have got that.
I've been on a Bryan Adams kick lately.
Can't think of who that is.
Bryan Adams?
I know Brian McKnight.
Oh, God.
All right, we got to go to a meeting. Let's shut this thing down, Justin.
Yep. Come back next week.
They're not gonna come back.
I don't, see you later.
Everything I do it for you. Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, of course. It's Bryan Adams.
Everything I do.
All
All right, we
See-
love you guys. We'll catch y'all next time when Joe Kennedy's on the podcast. with us.
Yeah. Watch the movie.
So, yeah, we'll see you guys
next week.
Next week. Later.